If you're currently building a business, then I have an urgent message for you, because most founders don't realize this until after it's too late, and it can literally have you leaving millions on the table. In this video, I'm going to show you that you should have an exit strategy in mind now, no matter what stage of building you're at. And second, no matter what kind of business that you have, I'm going to show you that it can be transformed into a sellable asset just by doing these 4 things. And the process is relatively straightforward if you have the right framework, which I'm going to give you. The small moves that you make now to set your business up for an exit can literally be worth millions in a matter of months or years. For context, I've built, bought, and sold multiple 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses over the last 7 years, and I've helped founders just like you exit. So if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so that you can get all my tips. So the first question I have for you is, do you want to be running your business forever? 95% of the people that I work with say no. And if the answer for you is no, then the time to start planning for an exit is now. Most digital founders make more money selling their business than they ever do running it. And if it's set up properly, you can sell your business for between 3 and 5 times what it makes in a calendar year if you find the right buyer. And once the revenue starts going, once you start scaling, and believe me, this can happen really quickly, right? All of a sudden you're seeing those 50, 100K months and catch you off guard really quick. But once the business really starts moving, if you don't have these 4 systems in place, then there's a good chance that you're going to miss the opportunity of a lifetime to sell your business for millions. And obviously we don't want that to happen. So what are the 4 systems that you need to get a life-changing exit? Well, first, you need to organize your financials. It is so much easier to do this now and keep your books up to date month to month than it is to scramble to try to put together an accurate P&L statement when you have a buyer on the doorstep. It's like when your mom tells you to clean your room for 3 minutes every day, and all of a sudden you have people coming over and your room's a mess and you have to spend a whole day cleaning it. Except in this case, the people coming over are buyers with $1 million checkbooks, and your messy room could cause them to back out of a deal. Just get QuickBooks, connect all your accounts, and then set a weekly reminder to go in and categorize all your expenses and revenue. It's really that simple. This is not a plug for QuickBooks. There are tons of different softwares that do this, but the main thing is just get a system in place for doing it. Second, you want to fine tune your org chart. Now, when I say org chart, I just mean the chart of people and systems and software that your business runs on. So pretty much every business needs 3 engines to operate. They need a content and a customer acquisition engine. They need a fulfillment engine, and you need a back office engine. Now, everyone starts by doing all 3 of these themselves, which is more than fine. But if you're still doing all 3 of these things when you go to sell, no one is going to want to buy your business because they're effectively just buying 3 different day jobs for themselves. Buyers don't buy jobs. They buy self-sustaining cash flow and systems. So each engine needs to be systemized by people, software, or AI, or a combination thereof. You also want to make sure that every piece on your chessboard is replaceable. You don't want to be in a situation where one piece, if removed, would lead to you not knowing how some aspect of your business works just because you thought it was already taken care of. My rule of thumb is that if someone got hit by a bus, what would be the impact on your business? Sure, there may be a curve to finding a replacement and getting the business back on track, but if the business can go on and survive and continue making money and growing independent of any single individual, then you really have a valuable asset. Third is get a lawyer. A 30-minute call with a lawyer can be the mortar that turns a pile of bricks into a brick wall. A lot of times founders either won't have agreements with their staff, their high-ticket customers. They won't have terms of use, terms of service. They won't have privacy policy on their website. Or to save money, they'll cook something up themselves that has just a ton of holes in it. When a buyer reviews these agreements during due diligence, which they will do, or if they see that these agreements are non-existent, they may start to think about actually pulling out of the deal because it's too risky, or they may justify a lower valuation, or they may justify some other deal terms. The point is, you run the risk of not only losing deals and giving buyers leverage by not having your legal stuff buttoned up, but you also run the risk for your business as well. In general, if there's a perceived risk or an unknown from the buyer's perspective, then they're going to tend to overcompensate for that unknown in the form of lower enterprise valuations and better deal structures for them, which means worse deal structures for you. So taking care of this now and just doing a 30-minute top to bottom review of your business with a lawyer is a really good way to just make sure none of that stuff ever comes onto the table. It is 100 times easier to get good contracts in place first thing, aka now, than it is to try to get them in place down the road, especially if you're trying to get them in place while you have a 7-figure deal on the line. And lastly is you want to work yourself out of the business. The final piece to selling your business is what I like to call decreasing your personal balance sheet. This means getting rid of as many of your daily responsibilities, input, and decision-making as possible. Remember, buyers buy systems and self-sustaining cash flow, not day jobs for themselves. The more you can outsource tasks, delegate authority and decision-making, and make the business more passive for you as the owner, not only will the business become easier for you to own and typically more profitable, but it also makes it orders of magnitude more sellable and valuable to external buyers. But this is tricky because you do not want to sacrifice business value when you're doing this step. A lot of founders will try to do this too quickly and end up with a business that can't sustain itself. So in order to do this the right way, you should make sure you do the following. First, move one piece at a time. Don't try to work yourself out of every aspect of the business all at once. You're likely not going to be able to do it effectively, and it's going to look like to your team, you're trying to just get the hell out of there. And if team morale is important for your business, you want to make sure you keep that up as well. And second, just saying you own this now to one of your team members is not an effective way of working yourself out of the business. You want to make sure you over communicate to your team when you're delegating tasks, authority, and decision making. Use written checklists, quantifiable KPIs, and continuous follow-up and support until you're confident that the workload has been transferred effectively. And if you do all this, then hopefully one day you'll wake up with an incredibly valuable asset that buyers are crawling over each other to pay you max value for. I get it. You're in build mode right now and you're focused on how you're going to get your next customer, and there's likely a ton of stuff that you have to do to keep the business moving. I have been there. I am there. I run a portfolio of companies. But I hope this video was able to convince you of the power of doing these small things now so that when it becomes deal time, it's not too late and you're able to sell your business for life-changing money. And if I could leave you with one thing, the biggest advice here would be to not wait until the day you want to sell to start doing these things. Because it does happen really quickly. I see it all the time. The business starts scaling, really scaling. The revenue starts going crazy, and founders try to exit and they're just not prepared. And so they miss the opportunity or they get a much lower deal. Doing these 4 things is just about the highest ROI that you can have on your time at this point in your business. Because the ones who are prepared are the ones that get 7- and 8-figure deals done. And if this shifted your thinking even just a little bit, please ask you, hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss any of my tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.